Good morning, this is Andrew Mount for GG on Tuesday the 12th of November. I'm off to Huntingdon soon, but I thought I'd get this video out now because we've got quite an early start today, and although I do like standing in the wind and rain giving you my previews, I thought I'd do it from the comfort of my own home. Now we've got a good card today at Huntingdon, 7 races kicking off at 12:40. And the first race is a very interesting novices hurdle. We've got a short price favourite here in the shape of Now Children, trained by Dan Skelton. This one's having its rules debut today, having shown some good form on the flat, including at right-handed Goodwood, so shouldn't have a problem with the track. And if you backed all the Rooney's runners having their first run under National Hunt rules, you'd make a good profit over the years of over £64 to a £1 stake. However, breeding wise, this one's better suited to Kempton than Huntingdon, by Dragon Pulse, a sire who's not got the greatest record over hurdles so far, just 3 wins from 67 starts, and in all races over a mile 7 or further, including the flat, just 3 winners from 78. So slight concerns in the breeding that Now Children perhaps isn't the even money shot that he is at the moment. So I'm going to take him on with a couple of each way alternatives. One of those is Archimento, who's already won over hurdles. Now his jumping hasn't been brilliant, but he's been racing left-handed and jumping markedly out to his right. So it's to his credit that he still managed to win when racing in that direction. Last time out, they finally switched him to a right-handed track, but that was over 2.5 miles at Wincanton, and he didn't stay. So coming back to 2 miles on an easy track on good ground, Archimento each way at 13-2 makes some appeal. The other one I want to be with is Book of Invasions. He's shown some good form in bumpers. He'll stay the trip no problem on his hurdles debut. John Ryan's amongst the winners, and 4-1 seems fair enough. So take on the favourite with 2 each way pokes, Archimento and Book of Invasions. There's another interesting one here, Buckland Boy, but again he's by bated breath, as sire you'd associate with winners on the all-weather at Kempton in particular, and he's not certain to appreciate the switch to hurdles. The 110 looks a bit of a nightmare. This is a novices handicap chase, 16 runners. No bet here, but there's a few I was quite happy to take on at the top of the market. Land League was flattered when second here 2 runs back as the pace collapsed, and he still couldn't get within 12 lengths of Elkstone, and he was beaten out of sight at Kempton next time out. I'm not sure the blinkers are going to help in this big field, so oppose him. Also wanted to be against Blue and Yellow on various systems on my database, and Snowy Oscar, the Nick Gifford horse. The trainer's in really good form, but his chase debutants tend to improve for the outing. Now, moving on to the 140, I've covered this race on my blog. I've put up Flying Tiger as an each way bet. Sebastopol, the favourite, is very solid, but the key to this race is there's going to be a strong pace. We've got Brandon Castle, one I fancied for the elite hurdle at Wincanton on Saturday. He's a lunatic front runner, but he could also get taken on by Sophia's Rock and by Highly Prized. So hopefully they'll set it up for a finisher. Flying Tiger is not the horse he was when he won the Fred Winter for Nick Williams a couple of years ago, but he's always been best off a big field and in a strong pace. And off a strong pace, and of course he raced in the swamp towards the inside when 3rd at Weatherby last time, so there could be improvement to come from him. 16-1 with 4 places on offer, that's appealing. Now the 210 is a veterans handicap chase. You know I love these races. I usually side with the younger horses. That was to my detriment at Sandown on Saturday when 12-year-old Houblon des Obeaux won for Venetia Williams. Of course, he was a qualifier on the Venetia Williams handicap chasers in November system, which I deserted in favour of one of the outsiders who ran poorly. And we did have a 10-year-old chase that one home though, and the 10-year-old angle could come up trumps again here. There's 3 of them. I didn't like Valadom. He's on a long losing run, and he's likely to get taken on for the lead by Father Humphrey. And Dandridge could also be vulnerable, stepping up to 3 miles for the first time at such a late stage of his career. So of the 10-year-old, Vendredi Trois is solid enough, a winner at Kempton last time when overhauling Father Humphrey on the run-in, when that one got a relatively easy time of things at the head of affairs. So have him in your calculations. But of the older horses, I quite like the 11-year-old Ultimatum de Roy. He's always been best in small fields on right-handed tracks. 6 wins from 19 under these conditions. That's right-handed and 9 or fewer runners for a profit of over £15 to a £1 level stake. So I might just back the pair or do the forecast of Vendredi Trois and Ultimatum de Roy. Moving on, We got a couple of tricky handicap hurdles over 2.5 miles, 2 divisions here. I didn't like anything in the first division. Quite liked Veiled Secret in the 310 because he's trained by David Dennis. David Dennis has got a great record here at Huntingdon, particularly in handicaps, chases or hurdles, 11 wins from 41, a profit of over £31 to a £1 level stake. However, the yard's been a little bit quiet of late, only 18 days since their last winner, but the ones they've had in the last fortnight haven't run brilliantly, and he's on the drift from 9 to 2 out to 6s. So I'd want to see him in the paddock first of all before deciding whether to bet Veiled Secret. Finally, we've got a very interesting bumper at 340. Now, we've had some shocks in this race over the years, so it's one of those junior bumpers over the mile 5 trip, so it's more of a flat race, and that could tell us why we've had a lot of flat yards winning this. We've had an 80 to 1 winner, 25 to 1 winner, 14 to 1 winner in recent years. And you look at the roll of honour amongst trainers, we've had Pat Phelan winning it, Martin Mead, John Berry, Mark Brisbane. All trainers you'd associate with success on the flat. Now looking now down today's card, we've got the usual national hunt suspects, Kim Bailey, Nicky Henderson represented. They dominate the market with Hooper and Shinobi, but maybe they could be vulnerable to something with flat speed. Now Carl Burke runs one here, Mac the Cat, who's third favourite around 5 to 1. We've got Roger Teal with Ocean Wind, Nick Litmodden with Steelcraft, who's also already shown some good form here, and Joe Chute and Ed de Giles are also represented. So I'll be going to the paddock, hoping for some positives from some of the more flat orientated yards here, and looking for another shock in this race. That's it from me. Until later in this week, I'll be back on Thursday. Until then, best of luck if you're having a bet.